Is that how you, is that what drives you? Because you have a movement right now in Fort Wayne in communication. You have your LOGPIPE business, which is headquartered here but reaches the world. But you also are helping other people with social media, etc. You also have a show that airs via the internet called Monday Morning Jolt.
Yes.
This is all independent of LOGPIPE, seemingly. Tell me, for one thing, tell me why you started Monday Morning Jolt and what drives you to do that.
Monday Morning was started because Christine Fort was the president of Chamber of Commerce, and then she resigned, and then me and her, we were having just a cup of tea or what, like a snack or something, and Christine told me, Shirona, I really want to help local businesses, small local businesses grow. So then I said, that's what I want to do too, because when the local businesses grow, it helps the economy and it improves the status for all of us, including jobs. So we ran several ideas, and then we kind of decided that we want to do a web video show to do just this. And why we did that was, like, there's a lot of business people that me and Christine has met and talked to. They don't know how to properly communicate about what they do. Like, for example, they will say something, but then again, going back to that, you're loud and clear, but I can't hear you. They have commercials that were produced by professionals about what they do, but it kind of sounds like a commercial. So we wanted to make something that's non-commercial, that doesn't look like a commercial, but it still promotes local business. So then one day when I was on Facebook, on a Monday morning around 8:45, I saw all this negativity on Facebook saying, oh my gosh, it's Monday, I'm gonna die, like I can't believe it's Monday, when is Friday coming, I don't like to get up in the morning. But throughout I saw this pattern, people were complaining about Monday, but in business, in marketing, if you can turn a trend and twist it the other way, you can produce success. So I told Christine, we gotta do something about this, because we gotta turn this thing around. Right? And then she said Monday morning, and then we are in a coffee shop talking, and it's Jolt. So it became Monday Morning Jolt from then onwards. So we just invited people, and you were one of the guests, and we came in, like, although I was in film school for 2 years, although I knew a lot of things that I was trying to do, it was very hard, because when you're doing a production, and you are part of the production, and if you're not looking at it from a different angle, it's hard. So we had camera issues, crew issues, location issues, weather issues, but we still made it, because I believe that it's so important to keep on carrying and doing this show.
And you were successful, and you have been doing this since when, Monday Morning Jolt?
First week of March last year, and then we have gone over a year, and then we have about, I think, well over 600 people on the queue that wants to be interviewed.
The programs are average about 10 minutes?
Average about 10 minutes, so some people take a little bit more, some people a little bit less.
What is it that you want them to say? What is the purpose of this?
The purpose of this is to, like a lot of businesses, my theory is, like, if you are open for business, you cannot complain. Because if you as a business complain on, I don't care if it's Monday, Wednesday, or Thursday, and if you are saying, like, oh, it's gloomy, it's bad, and I don't like the rain, whatever, right? That means you are communicating with the prospects who are about to walk in to your business. Please don't do business with me today. I'm grumpy, I'm sad, I'm upset,
Yes.
I'm depressed, so don't do business with me. So for a business, that's a bad idea. So what we wanted to communicate doing this, the message that we wanted to send was, even though you might think it is, you may have to change that.
I see it as twofold. We see the person you're interviewing, you and Christine interviewing, in a different light, very positive, and also it encourages people on a Monday morning. Tell me what you have learned from the, I don't know, 100, 200 people you've interviewed so far. What have you learned? What has surprised you, and what has taught you to even be more positive?
Well, the most surprising thing is, to me, although there was so much negativity that was going on, and a lot of people who came on our show, I could not believe how positive they were. They motivate themselves, they get up in the morning. It's not easy for a lot of people to get up Monday morning and start their work week after Sunday or football or something like that. What is amazing to me was like the techniques that these people are using, what I learned and how I grew listening to these guys, because they give like what they do. Like we had a guest come and taught us recently about the 68 seconds. In 68 seconds, how can you motivate? It's a specific 68 seconds, so things like that. And one of our guests said, like, if you are breathing, it's a blessing, because there's no guarantee that you will breathe 10 minutes from now. Anything can happen to you. And another guest told me that like the techniques that he uses is when you get up in the morning, if your feet touches the floor, that's a good thing. That means you have some form of health, right? So that, like when I talk with these people, when I watch my own show with Christine, I mean Christine is part of it, and when I see these people talking and the impact that we have made, it makes a lot of things better.
The 68 seconds, what does the person do in 68 seconds?
It was actually done by Teresa Roberts. What she says is like you program your mind to be positive every morning for 68 seconds, specifically 68 seconds. So since it's a specific number, in your brain, you register, psychologically, you register positive thoughts.
Why 68?
Because you had to put a number to it.
Oh, so I could do
57.
2.5.
52 seconds,
all right,
or
yes.
97 seconds. But it has to be a specific number.
Would you describe yourself as a positive person?
Of course I am.
Tell me why. Tell me the challenges that you've had to surmount.
I don't know if it's a challenge or whatever, because see, I have been always told, I mean, I had never been the most talented person. My brother was in my family. He had all the talents. I had to work hard for everything, whatever I have done. I mean, people sometimes think I'm smart. It's not that I'm smart or something, but I'm working very hard to get what I want. Like, like when I first started my business, I was so motivated, and I go and meet this guy. He was a top technology professional in Fort Wayne, and this gentleman told me, "Young man, you have 3 strikes against you." So he said, the first thing is look at you. You don't look like a person from around you. So I said, that's fine. And he explained for 20 minutes why I don't look like a person from around here. Then he said, you have your name. No one can pronounce your name. It's a funny name, and you had to do a lot of explaining with this name. So then he told me, it's the accent that I have. Half of the people would not even understand what I say. But to me, all what I was hearing in this hour or longer conversation was you gave me ammunition for the rest of my life. Now I can motivate myself and make better out of, like I was trying to explain to you before, if you take a situation and reverse it, then you can find success.
And many people would just have been diminished or given up, and you saw it as ammunition to improve.
Yeah, because what I saw was like he's trying to hire me to work in the background. So what I thought was like, I was thinking of several things. I said, if this guy is spending more than an hour with me, I can't be that bad. And he's a guy who's very busy, right? And also he's convincing me to come and work for him. So it can be, he's identifying my talents, right? So I cannot blame him because he's making a pitch to hire me and keep me in the background, right? But I got motivated from it, and I still get motivated from that.
I want to, in the next 4 minutes, and that's all we have left, talk a little bit about social media. What is your opinion? What would you advise people to do?
Social media today, the state that is in today, to me is like very poor communication. And I'll tell you why. Because when we go to these networking meetings, you go, I go, a lot of other people go, people puke on people all the time. That means like they are saying like, I have this book, would you like to buy it? I have this cream, would you like to buy this? I have this vitamin. But this has no effect because there's no relationships. You cannot expect somebody to buy something from you without forming any relationship. And the social media, unfortunately, is in that same sad stage. Like, for example, when Randy Lincoln talks about an event that she has, 25 people go and say, like, you should buy this, and then everybody, what they don't understand is like, you hit delete, 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 right? But if you talk about like helping people or like establishing a relationship and say like, hey, I saw what you do, like for example, they might watch you on Monday Morning Jolt and they say, Elizabeth, I loved your smile, you were looking at the camera, and now you have a reason to talk to. So to me, YouTube is considered part of social media too because we are communicating using the social media.
And LinkedIn?
Well,
Feelings
LinkedIn,
about that?
like if I want to, I can have 500,000 people on LinkedIn very fairly, but I have about 2,000, and most people say that I have the most number of LinkedIn connections here in Fort Wayne. But the reality of that is it's not just a number. How much engagement? Are you communicating with these people? What sort of relationships? Who have you helped?
How do you engage with LinkedIn people?
Well, I try to resolve problems. I try to go to forums on LinkedIn. I try to see people are posting challenges that they're having, and I offer solutions to those things. And then they communicate with me and say like, oh, you could do that? I didn't know.
You are solution driven.
Yes.
Tell me how you want people to describe you.
To me, I want people to think that like sort of like this, I have this title for me called IT shaman, right? A lot of people misinterpret this word. To me, it's just a healer, right? So for me, not so much the emotional issues, but I want to have it from a technological aspect. You have technology challenges, let me heal it. That's how I want it to be recognized as, at least in the field that I'm in.
But you do not fix computers.
No.
What have you learned from all this, say, in the last year?
I'm sorry?
What have you learned from all of what you've been involved in say, in the last year?
A lot of things, because one thing that I have learned is like in my family we have a very important thing that because when we meet a person, we look at the person and say like, can I do business with this person? Can I hire this person to work for me? Or can I just simply help this person? And it has reaffirmed that this technique is so good, and I think it has reaffirmed me that is what it is, because sometimes some people, no matter how much you try to employ them, no matter how much you try to do business with them, you cannot. So you just help them in something that you do.
That comes through.
Yes.
Loud and clear. What would you like our viewers to take away from your being here today? What would you like them to learn?
One thing I want them to know is like when they're on, I don't care if they're on LinkedIn, Twitter, Foursquare, Facebook or whatever, right? Make it personable. Don't try to sell. Get to know people, form relationships, go and meet with people. There's no reason that you had to be in your house, not without getting out. Have a cup of coffee, or if you cannot go to Colorado or something, open a web chat or something, communicate people, get to know them, get to know their habits, and form relationships. In the long run, it'll help you.
Thank you very much, Shirona. And thank you for being our guest and for helping us in communicating all that you have.
Thank you for having me again.
My pleasure. And thank you for watching The Verbal Edge. And I'd like to leave you with this quote from Andy Stanley: be who you are, but be the best communicator you can possibly be. Until next time, I'm Elizabeth Nulf MacDonald. Have a good evening.